Good evening. Welcome to April 22nd, 2021 Planning Board meeting. The first item on the agenda is a continued hearing from Frank Burrell for a subdivision on Rockland Road. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because his surveyor, Dan Higginson, requested to withdraw the application. So officially it's withdrawn. Now to the second application. That was quick. Conditional use permit.
Craig, do you have to appoint Ray?
Yes. Thank you. I always forget that.
Okay.
I need to appoint Ray Menard as a voting member.
Thank you.
Anyway, the second one is a conditional use permit for Jordan Estrada, Bart Clough Road. We received an email from our town's attorney today. Basically, it says in Article 37.5, which is a conditional use permit article for building on a private road, is in conflict with the existing 17.1.1 that states no building permits for new homes shall be issued on any private road. Since they're in conflict, the more strict applies. So therefore, you need a variance, basically. And you need to go to the ZBA for the variance. You don't need a conditional use permit. Doesn't do you any good. You don't need it.
Okay. We do have a variance in process.
Yes. So basically, I apologize for wasting your time. You don't need a variance, or you don't need a conditional use permit. I do want to state to let you know that when I was out there in a site walk, near the end, I was standing at the, I don't know which way north is when I'm standing there now, standing at the culvert, looking down the right of way. I believe that existing driveway goes over the property line. So that might be an issue with, you might want to have it checked out.
Yeah, I did some research on that after we looked at that, and it appears that so the road was built, according to the seller, the road was built in 1997 is when he worked to have it built, and the house, that's the existing house there, that has been there since 1988. So that road has been in use for over 20 years. So we start to get into the prescriptive easement.
You get into prescriptive easements, adverse possession, everything else like that, but that's for the court to decide, not the planning board.
Okay.
So just FYI.
Sure. I appreciate the information.
If you have any other questions for us before we just go on to the next item, because that's really it.
So I guess this is kind of a question for Naomi. So we have our zoning variance hearing on the 4th.
Yeah.
And so basically, we don't have anything. We don't have to do anything else with the planning board.
No, it's my understanding. I shared the opinion from town council today with the rest of the board. Because this was new to us, 37 just got voted in March. So we were kind of up in the air. You were going to be the first one. And I apologize, as Craig did, for bouncing you around, not knowing. So yes, you're on for the 4th. Yes, you have everything. We're going to just re-notify everybody tomorrow. Everybody's going to get, the letter's going to go out tomorrow. And everybody will get a letter, and we'll be Zoom again on the 4th. I believe we're going to stay remote until the end of May and see what our numbers are at that point. So, and I'll say that in the invite.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody. I appreciate everybody who worked on our case, and
Thank you.
See some of you on the 4th.
Thank you, Jordan.
Take care.
Before we move on to the next item, I represent Tom Page, who's in a butter. I guess they're still there.
We're here.
Hi. And to the extent it's appropriate, I understand that that you've determined that this isn't the appropriate stage, which we agree. I did submit on behalf of Tom Page a written objection to the site plan approval. So just to the extent it's appropriate, I would just like that entered into the record.
Okay.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. where there is not gonna be anything before the planning board, there really won't be a record. They'd have to go to zoning, wouldn't it?
But the record pretty much is the conversation we're having right now. That'd be it.
Or is-
So, yeah, there's no record. So we're not doing any actions on the application, no.
It'll have to be refiled with zoning.
Yes. I'm sure we can put put your letter in our file though, in the file with the application for future reference if needed.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Okay,
And one last point on that, I had provided a response from the seller. Can that also be in the record as well?
sure.
For what it's worth.
Yes,
Thank you. Naomi, I think, did you get the copy? Did you get that response that I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, take care.
Thank
Next
you.
item on the agenda is site walk, is minutes from March 25th. I even read through them. And Karen did her usual wonderful job, except I found one little spelling mistake.
Oh, no.
Yes. Very simple. First page, guest via Zoom. The third line is looking to store, not locking to store.
Gotcha.
That's all I had.
Move to accept the minutes as presented. Call it corrected.
Second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, abstained. Then we got site walk minutes from our new secretary for the site walk on April 8th.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes as presented, as written.
Second,
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, abstained. Anything else we gotta do, Naomi?
Just a question, where I'm new to the, new to the game. In 2 weeks, you usually have a work session. Am I missing anything?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do the May calendar, so I'm just curious. You do have 2 new hearings coming for the end of the month. But we haven't done the work session yet. I didn't know, I haven't gotten through everything, so I don't know what you were working on, if you were working on anything.
We were waiting for the town meeting to decide, town vote to decide what we're gonna do afterwards, and we never asked because we never sat down in a meeting and asked again.
I do know there's, the zoning ordinance needs to be fixed per town meeting, so we're working on that. Subdivision regulations, as far as I can see, that needs to be fixed as well and get you guys a new copy. Is that correct? Did you
believe
finish those in December as well?
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
And then you also have a change to the building ordinance per town meeting, so.
yes.
So those 3 things, we're working on in between. So that's not done yet.
What do we do about the article that did not pass?
That means your zoning
Nothing.
stays the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could
Just,
work- The only thing we could do is work on fixing it right now, but no hurry.
just an FYI, on the 27th, I'm on vacation. I won't be here.
Okay. Good for you.
What's the latest news with the master plan?
Are you asking
So-
me? Oh,
Jack told me that Naomi had money up her sleeve for the master plan, but Naomi told me she doesn't have any penny sleeves, so there's no money.
So what I guess, I know what happened at the end there. You guys asked for like 14.5 and that kept it away from CIP.
Yes.
It was entered a little late for us. Should we chase that earlier, obviously, than later?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Are you working with Southern Hampshire Planning? Is that what you're doing, Craig?
I was gonna put it out to bid and get some other people involved too.
Yeah.
See if we can
We
get a
can put
better
an
price.
RFP out. I think what we
Yeah.
should do is put out an RFP, see what you get for a number. If it's above the $15,000 threshold, then it starts CIP, which that starts in August.
Yep.
If we start it now, we'll have plenty of time to,
Yeah.
I mean, if
I
you
would-
guys want to work on an RFP and we can put it out for you. I don't want to put it out too far ahead because a lot of times when you get quotes, they're only good for 60 days, so. But if you want to put together some wording in an RFP, I'd be happy to put it out.
Okay, I can steal one from Clam Lake, actually.
Okay.
That way, maybe too, she'll have some sleeves that something could be up when it comes time.
See? Need to ask her in the middle of winter when it's cold out.
It's still short sleeves and shorts.
There
Maybe it'll be up the sleeve of her jacket.
you go.
That
So
sounds
to
like-
answer your question, do you have a stuff for a work session or what are you doing?
No, we don't.
So you'll have no work session. We won't post anything on May, the first meeting in May.
Sounds good. I will get something together for we can talk about in June, though. I do have something up my sleeve. But it's not money.
Come on.
Something I'm working on at work that I can throw it where and see what happens.
Okay.
Anything else anybody want to talk about? 7:16. Oh my Lord.
Well, we could talk fishing.
Yeah, we could. I'm going Saturday. Where can I get a good map of Squam Lake?
So almost any of the stores around there, but if you stop in River Edge Marina there, they've got really good maps.
Time are they open?
Google it.
Well, it won't be 5 a.m., I can tell you that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Be too late for me then.
But almost any of the stores up there have them. And if, depending on how familiar you are with Squam, if you have like an iPad that has Wi-Fi, there's an app called Navonics.
Yeah, I got that in my fish finder, but it's not a very good map.
Oh, on the iPad, I don't live without it. I agree on the plotter, it's not all that great, but on the iPad, it works great.
Okay. I'll try.
So are you motioning to adjourn, Craig?
No, jeez, we have a motion. We have a second. Oh, no second. Oh,
Who
okay.
made the motion?
I did.
Pastor
Okay.
Bill. Ray seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night.
Good night. See you
Good
guys.
night.
Thank you.